Long ago, in a time before mules, there were ancient gods and goddesses. These beings would fight each other, they would hate each other, and they would love each other. One day, two of these beings, Demeter and Poseidon, transformed into horses, and would soon have a daughter, Despoin, and a son, Arion. Much of the nature surrounding this history is unknown, out of all living memory, but our crew decided to learn more about these beings and what their lives are like now, hundreds of years later. Arion, part man, part horse, all god, is the person of interest in our documentary, Arion, a modern day myth.
Hi. I'm Arion, but my friends call me Aaron.
Tell us, Arion, how much of your history is actually true?
Well, from what I remember, I definitely didn't do all those adventures or quests in those books you showed me. That all sounds like something my half-brother Peter would do. I would more likely stay at home and shut the blinds if some god or goddess was threatening the world.
Okay then. Do you have any powers or something that you may have inherited from one of your parents at least?
No. I don't have any powers. I'm normal, all things considered.
So, you are Orion's half-brother Pegasus? We had heard you were part boar or part flying horse.
Oh nah, all those myths are wrong. Yeah, and most people just call me Pete.
Well, what can you tell us about your relationship with Arion?
Well, Orion and I are half-brothers, and I would like to say we share the house, but Orion's the one who pays for it. Other than that, we don't really do much together. He always seems to keep to himself. He doesn't ever approach people first. In fact, he almost seems afraid of meeting new people. I just don't get it really. The only person I see Orion talk to first is that friend of his, Stanley.
Hey, I'm Stanley, the grandson of the mighty Set, the Egyptian god of war, chaos and storms, but I'm sure you already knew that.
We have no idea who Stanley is. There are no records of his existence anywhere, and after we told him this, he cried for 20 minutes.
So you guys want to know about Aaron, right? Well, he's my best friend, but I gotta say he's always been a bit of a, what's the word? Pushover. Whenever other people do something to him, he seems to always just stand there and take it. He never stands up for himself. I try to encourage him when I can, but he just won't change.
We asked Arion to show us what he does for a living. As he is part god, we were hoping it would be interesting and that he would have something successful to show for our documentary. It was not.
I'm a cleaner at a factory called Stable Glue. Best from the herd. You know, I've been working here for a few hundred years now, yet I've never been promoted or allowed to work out front. I have no idea why.
One of our crew decided to walk further into the front of the factory and discovered that Stable Glue, best from the herd, actually sells horse glue. We brought it into the back and placed it on a table for Orion to see whilst he works. Has this traumatic experience changed you at all?
Yes. It made me realize how precious life is, and that we can't let it go to waste. We can't let people push us around and tell us what to do. We have to stand up for ourselves and what we believe in. Because if we don't, we might end up wasting our lives, accidentally contributing to the deaths of horses. I've essentially changed everything about myself.
Arion has chosen to become a vegan.
Santa's always been my best friend, but whenever he invites me to watch the horse racing with him, I always say no and avoid it, as I've always been secretly against them. Now, however, I'm going to tell him how I feel about them. Stanley,
Shut up real quick, please.
we need to talk.
Shut up. Oh, Aaron, we just won $1,200, man! Dude, no way. What?
We?
Yeah, the bet I placed, man. We're splitting it 50-50. It's like $1,200. Yeah, so what was the thing you wanted to tell me?
Don't worry about it. So, I've just decided to try and buy a horse that would have been killed and melted at stable glue. Hopefully I'll be able to set it free and find some national wildlife park to keep it safe at.
Well, like I said, you get him real cheap, but you gotta get him out of the paddock and you gotta take him with you.
Yeah, of course. Shouldn't be too hard.
We'll see.
Hey! You're free now! Come with me. I'll keep you safe.
You want to know how Arion has changed? Well, ever since this event occurred at his work, he's been doing more things on his own. He's begun calling people out on their flaws, including me. He's more confident with himself, more sure of himself.
What are you doing? Why are you mad?
Whatever this event was that happened to him, it's been really good for him so far.
I think the event at work has been really good for me. I think it's changed my outlook on life. A couple of weeks ago, I couldn't even dream of asking Pete to pay rent for living in my house, or that I would try to buy a horse to set free. I've really changed for the better. I tell people when I've got a problem with them, and I stand up for myself. It's encouraged me to help change some of the ways I used to do things. Like, I started to do things outside of my comfort zone. I'm proud of myself, and I feel like a new man. Horse. Man? Horse? Man horse? Horse man? Or morse? Han? Horse person? Horse? Man? Man? Horse man? Horse man?